Oots. Wait, where is it? Did I watch it? No, I didn't watch it already. Where the fuck is it?
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And that phrase is perfect to describe when a massive content creator gets into controversy bad enough to end their career. But when it comes to PirateSoftware, he wasn't just a big content creator. He was someone who managed to blow up from 13,000 subscribers all the way to 1.1 million in less than 2 months, taking over the YouTube Shorts algorithm at some point, and even making over $50,000 in one Twitch stream. However, he also managed to lose all of that just as fast. His actions didn't just make him unlikable, but it exposed him, both as a brand and as a person, making people realize that they had subscribed to him over lies or exaggerations, and that he never showed his true self.
It's just business. It's just business, guys.
Until now. You've no doubt somehow heard about this already. So many people are talking about him because it's that much of a crazy story, and so I thought of making a video going back to the first ever incident and how it led.
Is he an actual gamer, or is it did he just play Overwatch or something?
Hey, so without further ado, let's
yes.
do this.
Damn, he must suck at his job. Holy shit! How do you suck at games?
All right, so the first question to even ask here is, where the hell did PirateSoftware even come from? Well, he created his channel in 2016.
Hi YouTube. I don't know who this guy is. Like I know him from the streamer Anniepants. I didn't like him when I first saw him. I didn't know who the fuck he was until I saw the streamer awards. I was pissed that Vito lost. And I just knew right away I don't like this guy. So, you know, take what you will.
And while his channel would grow over the years, it would do so in a very slow manner, reaching 13,000 subscribers after 7 years. But then, at the end of October 2023, he would take a decision that would change his life forever. And that would be uploading highlights of his Twitch streams as YouTube Shorts. These were such an incredible success that for a while they took over the YouTube Shorts algorithm. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if a huge portion of you watching this video right now came across these shorts on your own time. The views speak for themselves, with tens of millions of people being exposed to his channel for the first time and liking it. But how did he manage to do that when so many others couldn't? Well, many different shorts actually share the same factors. All you have to do is just watch one to understand the appeal. This short right here, titled Social Engineering, has every single one of these factors combined. So let's take a look at it and then I'll explain. Watch.
So when I worked at Blizzard, I had to do a social engineering task where I had to hit customer support, and I had to get 50 questions answered. And let me tell you, I got my questions answered. I shouldn't have. That was the problem. They're not supposed to answer those. And one of the things that I found that was really interesting is people that had been there for 1 year were really, really hard to trick. But people that had been there for 5 years were really easy to trick. What have we learned? We've learned that training is the issue. Everybody that actually worked at the company got training in their first year and then they never got training again. So they became complacent, exactly. The director of CS came and he said, I want the names. And I said, I'm not giving you the names. You're just going to fire those people. And he goes, I'm going to go to your boss. I was like, do it. My boss is like, you got the names? I was like, yeah. And he goes, you going to give them to him? I was like, no. And he goes, he's not going to give you the names, bud. And then I sat down and I was like, look, I'm not giving you the names because if I did, you'd fire all of these people that are your best employees, the ones that have been here the longest. And in 4 years, you will have the exact same problem with the people that are newbies right now.
Does he still work at Blizzard? No. So why the fuck mention it?
The issue is not the employees, it's your training regimen. I sat down with him, we created a new 6-month training regimen.
No one
Guess
gives a
what?
fuck.
I went back about a year later, did the same thing. All those people passed with flying colors. Not a single one of them answered my questions.
Well, there you have it. The deep voice, with the confidence and eloquence in his speech, as well as the whiteboard he was drawing on at the bottom that was meant to soothe any attention span issues Gen Z might have, was the perfect combination. Additionally, this story made him out to be a genius, but not just any genius, a noble genius who saved 8 employees from losing their jobs by standing up to the evil boss. And where did that boss work? At some unknown company? No, he worked at the grand, prestigious video game company, Blizzard Entertainment. Yes, that's right, this guy right here, talking in such an amazing, eloquent tone, worked at Blizzard Entertainment. And that
Mujin? I don't believe him, bro.
that's something he would make sure to mention any
There's something off about him.
chance he got.
When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard.
Make sure to mention any chance he got.
Oh, brother.
When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard. Blizzard, 7 years, yeah. Blizzard.
Oh
I used to
my
work
God,
at
bro.
Blizzard Entertainment.
Anyway, we'll get back to that later in the video, but for now, all you have to understand is that these shorts were extremely effective. PirateSoftware had gone from 13,000 subscribers to 1 million before the year even ended. That's 2 months.
He's losing subs right here.
Going from 13,000 to 1.1 million. And over time, his shorts have racked up almost 2.3 billion views. A massive, astounding achievement in such a short amount of time. But YouTube wasn't the only platform that benefited. I mean, these shorts were highlights from his streams. So of course people went to those streams to see the real thing live. And so his Twitch channel went from 400 concurrent viewers to thousands. And within barely 3 months, he was at over 8,000 concurrent viewers. That's top 1% of the top 1%. Now look, of course you might think, well, there are bigger streamers out there, of course, but even those streamers must have gotten envious sometimes because of how loyal and supportive PirateSoftware's community was. On December 2023, he would beat Twitch's hype train record. When enough people donate bits or gift subs, the hype train is activated, starting at level 1. While that's happening, a timer starts counting down to 0. If more people donate, the timer resets and they get to level 2. PirateSoftware's community had gotten him to level 55, and they discovered together that level 55 was actually the cap. No one had ever reached a hype train level this high on the entire platform. He had gotten over 7,000 subs and 1.8 million bits. If you don't know what this means, he had essentially made $50,000 in one stream. This guy's community was so unstoppable that it made everyone else be aware of his existence. So much so that he actually was able to get nominated to the Streamer Awards in December of 2023. He was barely getting viral.
This is where I literally found out who the fuck they were. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why did they win the award? I was like, why did Beetle lose? I was so pissed, dude. I was like in my chair, so confused. I was like, what?
How influential he was in such a short span of time. But what I want you to understand here is that the Streamer Awards actually have way bigger streamers than PirateSoftware in other category nominations. For example, like XQC or Kai Cenat. These streamers would of course send their own communities to go vote for them on the website. And they did so with no issues. But when PirateSoftware sent his community to vote for him, they crashed the fucking website. No other content creator had even come close to crashing the website. So it goes without saying that he won the Best Software and Game Development Streamer Award in 2023. He wasn't just absolutely killing it, the guy was speedrunning being a content creator, getting to 1 million subs, getting hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitch, winning streamer awards, and beating records when it came to donations on Twitch. So of course, I say this with no exaggeration, the sky was the limit and the guy was barely getting started. If he could achieve that in just a couple of months, what could he achieve in years? Would he become a legend? Achieve stardom? Either way, he was unstoppable until he wasn't. And he had no one to blame but himself. The first incident that would begin his cataclysmic downfall was, in the most ironic way possible, in a World of Warcraft dungeon. Yes, Blizzard Entertainment's biggest game of all time.
Is this when he ran away? Is this it? Is this like when he ran away from...
And it would become his worst nightmare. Guys, I don't think World of Warcraft needs any introduction, okay? It came out in 2004 and revolutionized gaming forever. Many
I won't lie, I used to confuse World of Warcraft with Wizards 101.
games tried to copy it, many games tried to compete with it, they all died, and this game is still alive today in 2025. Now, throughout the years, it has received many different expansions, 9 in total.
My bad.
And while they would add more content, quests, story, sometimes new races, sometimes new classes, some of them would also permanently alter the game's fundamental mechanics. In other words, the game that you're playing now in 2025 is vastly different from the game that you would have played on release day. One could even go as far as saying that they're completely different games at this point. Seeing that so many people's most meaningful gaming experience while they were growing up was World of Warcraft.
You just gotta put so much effort into like World of Warcraft. It's not made for me, but I saw like Kenji like geeking out about it. I was like, I guess it's cool. I have no idea.
A lot of them yearned for nostalgia. A lot of them
Also, it's like one of those games like where if your character dies, you lose. That's it. You don't get the character back. So it's like, I respect it.
Wanted to relive those days when all they had to do was worry about mechanics from 10 or even 15 years ago. This would result in the rise of WoW private servers. Unofficial servers ran by fans in which they would use old versions of the game. At some point, Blizzard would start taking down some of the most popular private servers and would cause community outrage, with many asking Blizzard directly, well, why are you going to take them down, seeing that there's demand for them if you're not going to make one of your own? And so they took their sweet time, but eventually, in the year 2019, they would launch World of Warcraft Classic, bringing back World of Warcraft exactly how it was back during patch 1.12.1 of September 2006, before the launch of its first ever expansion. It would run in parallel to the normal World of Warcraft of today and would slowly re-release its expansions, allowing people to relive them once more. In the summer of 2023, World of Warcraft Classic would release the Hardcore Realms game mode. These are separate servers from normal ones in which you can create a new character, but if you die, you lose that character forever, hence why it was called Hardcore. And this is where Soda Poppin comes in, a streamer.
Oh shit. I fuck with Soda Poppin. Oh, give me 1 second.
Forever, hence why which you can create a new character, but if you die, you lose that character forever, hence why it was called Hardcore. And this is where Soda Poppin comes in, a streamer that has been streaming for over a decade now. In his early days, he was a popular World of Warcraft streamer, and when he saw the announcement of World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore, he would create a Hardcore streamer guild in October 2023, in which he and a bunch of other big streamers would try their best to level up their character to level 60 without dying, and eventually also try to do endgame content. It was a big success, so at the end of 2024, he decided to launch Season 2. This time, better and bigger than ever before. The amount of streamers that participated in this Season 2 was
let's see. Nope.
Insane. There are streamers here who had never
I don't know
even
these
played
people.
World of Warcraft that were huge in games that they played. Some were League of Legends pros, some were Counter-Strike pros. I mean, the list
that's fire.
on. It was an astounding amount of people. And of course, one of the many, many big streamers that had joined OnlyFangs was none other than PirateSoftware.
I'm sorry, bro.
That he had built.
Listen, I know that it's like bad to like judge people like, you know, quickly, but it's like, yo, if my senses are going off, if my senses are going off, like, I'm gonna trust it, bro. If I, for some reason, I look at you and immediately just don't fuck with you, I know it's bad to judge a book, but it's like, bro, for some reason, you bother the fuck out of me. I don't know what it is.
Such a massive influence over the year of 2024, adding him to the guild was
I just get the vibe that they're just like,
it was seen as a good thing until
bro,
one day,
and not the cool kind of.
The maximum level you could reach in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore was level 60, and getting there just by itself is already an ordeal that lasts dozens of hours and sees you try your best to not die. Now, Dire Maul is a dungeon that you can only access if you're level 58 at the minimum, and its appeal is the amount of great gear that it drops. Dungeons are typically ran by 5 people,
3
so
years, you're so
and 4
old.
other streamers decided to take this on in order to get better gear. Now, usually, when you're in a dungeon or a raid...
There's a cool kind... Wait, there's a cool kind of... Yeah, there is a cool kind of... Bro, it's tea. And this guy's not serving, bro.
There's always a team leader, someone who calls the shots. It's a very stressful role, especially in a raid when you're managing
3
a couple
years, you're
dozen
old.
people. And it's even crazier in hardcore World of Warcraft because whatever you decide might affect the accounts of the people playing. One wrong move and they lose dozens of hours of progress, and it's all on you. I'm saying this because I want you to bear in mind that PirateSoftware is not the group leader here. But as silly as this sounds, the beginning of PirateSoftware's downfall was because of this dungeon and what you're about to see here. The YouTuber Dev, otherwise known as Short Fat Otaku, great name by the way, combined the perspectives of everyone who was streaming in the dungeon minus one person. One of them was PirateSoftware on the top right.
Paul?
As you're watching this, you're going to hear the team leader say, run. In World of Warcraft dungeons or raids, this means retreat, but help each other retreat. Not every man for himself, don't care about your teammates. You're meant to stick around, try your best to outmaneuver the enemies while making sure your teammates also make it out with you. But as you might guess, that's not what happened here at all. Watch.
God damn it.
Run.
Just run. Can you tell you dummy?
All right, so he said run. The team tries their best to make sure that they all get out together.
No.
Look at PirateSoftware.
Also, are you fine? Any grenades, anything?
You can just
heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
Boss on me, sitting back.
Damn, he's still running.
Dumpy, just run.
I can help that, yeah.
Oh my fucking god. This is me playing Marvel Rivals, and then my fucking healers aren't healing. It's like, hello? They're just running away. They're running away as soon as like the tank dies. It's like, they just retreat. It's like, hello? Guys. And I'm carrying. I'm Moon Knight. I'm carrying. Holy shit, dude. Oh, that was happening last night. That was actually happening last night. Holy fuck. Before I played my friends, that was happening last night. I'm so tired of like, dude. Okay, first of all, they nerfed the fuck. Okay, I know I'm getting sidetracked. They nerfed the fuck out of Mr. Fantastic. Also, why not give him a summer skin? Yo, I'm gonna complain, dude. I'm gonna complain so hard. Why not give him a summer skin? I'm trying to see a slut. Are you kidding me? I want a goon too. They gave it to Loki. Ugh, brother. I hate Loki. I don't like Loki. He's just annoying. I don't like him. Why can't we...
Pirate, why are you?
Oh, dude, I got recognized in Marvel Rivals too. Somebody was like, "Are you an artist?" I think they confused me with somebody. They're like, "Are you an artist?" I was like, not that I know of."
What are you talking about? Why am I walking? Look
This
at
is
my mana.
savage, but come on, man.
Kill the.
So his
They're in the
teammate
server?
told him,
Yeah, I saw.
"Pirate, why are you walking, bro? This is salvageable. Come
Let me go back before someone
Look at
complains that I wasn't
Firefox.
Aussie, are
watching.
you fine? Any grenades,
I got last
anything?
stand. You can just
Heal him,
kill
heal
them.
him, heal him, heal him.
Yeah, you just heal me. Just come back a little bit.
What's on me? Sitting bear form.
Snuppy, just run.
He's just running.
Yep.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about? Why am I walking? Look
This
at
is
my mana.
savage, but come on,
Innervate you?
man.
Kill the.
So his teammate
Damn.
told him, "Pirate, why are you walking, bro? This is salvageable. Come on, man." He doesn't care. He keeps running all by
Hi,
himself.
Celeste.
Just kill the mastiffs.
Innervate.
Innervate the
Nova,
healer.
bro,
Kill the
come on.
mastiffs. We got this.
Heals.
In a sense of.
War something.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you?
Just kill the mastiffs.
Uh-oh.
One shot. Okay, we
More,
pulled
there's
another
more on the way,
house.
more on the
Run
way.
now. The mastiffs can be ice novas.
Now we're gonna wait.
Musara.
Oh,
Okay, get out, get out.
run.
Is he still running? He's still running. Holy
Invocations
shit.
on cooldown, man.
He's still running. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god.
How much mana is
Yo, you guys gotta stop inviting people that are famous. Invite people that are good, not famous. Holy shit. Invite people that are fucking good at the game.
There's no way that much mana.
You have a boss in you. You called run.
Getting slowed.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck. Wait.
Anything for me?
Snuppy. Oh,
I
no.
don't think
Damn.
I cannot stun him. Also,
No,
you're
just
good.
run out.
So, that sounded like a massive fuck up, didn't it?
Yep.
Yes, it did, short fat otaku. Bear in mind, Pirate Software's excuse here was, "I have no mana."
Invite team players. That's what I'm saying. I spent like 4 hours learning about this last night. Is there any context you're missing? Like, do you know the consequences of death right there? Yeah, like, no, 100%. Like, it's... Your character dies, you don't get them back. It's like a one and done deal. You know what I mean? Gone. Yeah. It's like a one and done deal. You like level it up, but you also gotta like make sure that you don't die. I learned it from Kenji. He like talked about like a year ago, I think, about like World of Warcraft. I was like, oh. I was like, I thought this was Wizards 101.
I can't help you when he clearly had 2 items
What
in
did
his
you think?
inventory that
Wait, what did you think? What did you think of like all of this? Wait, can I send you a quick video? Yeah, of course. Start inviting people like off of like good intuitions or, you know, maybe good at the game too. It's low-key. A lot of people don't have your gut, Annie. Because they're not paranoid like me. I heard a door open. My bad. I had the amount of fear. I thought my door opened. They don't have your powers. Wait, what is this about? Pirate Software never talks about Blizzard. Oh god.
I was watching a video that was critiquing you for mentioning you work at Blizzard so much, I literally never talk about it.
Ugh.
When I worked at Blizzard, I did that for Blizzard. Blizzard.
Oh, look, first of all.
Blizzard, 7 years, yeah. Blizzard. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. Used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. You're Red Team Specialist for Blizzard Entertainment. And Blizzard is having worked at Blizzard. I grew up at Blizzard. Blizzard.
You can cover him up. I got you.
Blizzard, administrator for Blizzard Entertainment. Blizzard. Yeah, no, I worked at Blizzard back when I used to work at Blizzard, when I was at Blizzard. For those who don't understand, like, I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment. I know how to do that because I worked at Blizzard. Example of this when I was at Blizzard. How do you know so many things? I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. I don't think I'm better than other people. I do think that it's funny because you can that. There's a lot of people that brought that up. And it's like, I never said that I was. I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting. When in
Shut your bitch ass up.
reality, I'm just trying
Shut
to
my
get
bitch ass up?
So that
If
is
that
the
makes
problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued
I can't wait for Dr. K to reach out to me for me to be like, there's something wrong with me, doc. I don't know what it is.
as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro.
I actually
Damn.
am the first second-generation Blizzard employee.
Oh my
I was
fucking
the
God.
first second-generation Blizzard employee.
No one gives a fuck, bro. No one cares, dude. Oh my fucking God.
The first second-generation
Oh
Blizzard
my
employee.
God.
First, second...
I don't mean to sound like a hater, but fuck, is that all you got? I don't mean to sound like, dude, no, I am the bitch. Say I'm the bitch, guys. Holy fuck, because I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Oh my God, dude. You're the bitch.
generation Blizzard employee. So I'm second-generation Blizzard. I'm the first second-generation Blizzard employee that ever existed in the company. I'm also a second-generation Blizzard employee. I was a second-generation Blizzard employee. I was the
Oh my fucking God, bro.
first second-generation.
The hoes gonna love this.
I was the first second-generation Blizzard employee. And I love that shit. I love that company.
Okay, did he quit? Like, because he talks about Blizzard so much. Did he quit? Or what happened? Did he get let go? Does anybody even know the lore? Yeah, he quit. Guys, I worked at Blizzard for 7 years, but I quit. But I just need you to know I worked at Blizzard for 7 years. Ugh, brother.
Working for Blizzard sucked, and I work at Blizzard. Or I worked at Blizzard. There's me eating a sandwich. Yeah, that was actually at Blizzard.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
I think it was my first, I think it was 2009. It was me picking a safe. It was me cracking a safe in, at Blizzard. Your Blizzard stories are fake? Which Blizzard story do you think is fake?
All of them.
Would you like to talk to me or my dad that worked at Blizzard for 23 years?
Oh my fucking God. My dad owns Nintendo. Holy shit, shut the fuck up. Oh my fucking God, dude. Shut the fuck up. Holy shit. Oh my God, man. I sound like an actual hater. I'm sorry, bro. But it's like my gut senses are going off like crazy right now just listening to this guy the entire time. And I'm just like, I can't. You know what I mean? I can't help but sound like a fucking hater. Because for some reason, my gut just does not fuck with you. Holy... Ugh. God. All I know is that he doesn't want people signing the what is it? He doesn't want people signing the stop killing games stuff. That's like the only thing that I know about him, and that he sucks. Oh, and that he works at Blizzard too, by the way. Yeah, and then he works at Blizzard.
Could bring back up his mana. He could have totally helped and saved his two teammates that ended up dying, losing all their progress. This was a disaster.
Did he? I guess he
One of
did,
his
guys. I
teammates,
didn't know.
Yamato on the left here confronted him and was asking him what happened, like what's going on. And this was what PirateSoftware had to say right after the fact.
You instantly ran. You didn't even look
As much
back.
as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
I'm not angry at all.
You
I'm not angry at all.
overpulled 2 packs. You overpulled 2 packs and a boss. I had 1,400 mana left. I had to spend all of that mana to try and put it on Blizzard to save you guys in the first place, and nothing left. You weren't paying attention to party resources. You overpulled, and you weren't paying attention to where the boss was. That's
Brother, you ran away like a bitch. I might not know stuff about World of Warcraft, but from the context that I got, it feels like you want to keep your teammates alive too. So you ran away like a bitch, dog. I don't know what else to tell you. You're actually bad at the game.
not on me.
So 2 of his teammates pretty much lost everything. He very clearly ran on his own when he could have just said, you know what, look, yes, I panicked, I screwed up, my bad, sorry. But he instead decides to blame his entire team,
no kidding,
except for himself. It was your guys' fault for pulling in the enemies. It was your guys' fault for calling run in the middle of a fight. It was your guys' fault for this and that. This was very weird behavior. I mean, this is just a game. And he was acting like if he apologized, he would be committing a cardinal sin or something. It made his teammates very uncomfortable to the point where the guild leader had to step in. Now, Sodapoppin was initially the guild leader, but then, unexpectedly, he dueled Tyler1, who had leveled up to level 60 and became a very important member of the guild, in a fight that would determine who the new guild master would be.
That's funny.
What no one was expecting,
What's up, Paul?
was that Tyler1 would beat Sodapoppin,
Ego check him,
the guild master. Seeing that this was becoming a
what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? I think if I were to ego check him, I'd be insulting him, his like appearance and shit. I wouldn't clock his personality. I would just go straight for the appearance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dog. He just looks like a walking insufferable person to be around. You know what I mean? Oh my fucking god. Like, actually. Ugly motherfucker. It's just like, no, it's not like, I'm not saying that they're like, I'm not saying that he's ugly. I'm saying that like, just alone, his mannerism, maybe this is just me because I read too much of people, but just alone his mannerism, he just looks like he's going to be insufferable to be around. Another video gets context. Running as a team was called, and play was to run and heal, which is like the basic knowledge there, and he refused for so long, and he did anything wrong. Yeah, just say at least many people like me. What about you? No, I'm not gonna go band for band with my fucking I'm not gonna go band for band with popularity. I think I'm good. I like my little corner chat. He looks like the iced Latina. Latina. He looks like the iced latte girl from yesterday. Oh yeah, dude. He gives off the "I'm the smartest in the field, don't talk to me" vibe. Yeah.
Big guild issue. He had to step in and brought both Yamato and
Latina girl. My bad.
In order to squash the beef once and for all. The result: a catastrophe. Watch.
What do you want, man?
Let me say it again.
He already said his piece.
Pirate.
Go on.
Oh,
Yeah,
dear God.
I want to speak to him because I didn't speak to him correctly. I said it again. We all did mistakes, bro. Like I didn't say, we are just blaming you. It's about the zero accountability is what makes us so mad.
There's no zero accountability, dude. Everyone can do something better. But when you open up and you yell over another person,
listen,
like you were doing
can I
earlier,
speak?
Nah, I'm good.
Bruh.
See ya.
Yikes. 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 Ugh, brother.
I'm not doing that shit again with him. Nah, he did it the first time. I'm not doing it a second one. Not
Who's he around? He has to have like yes men. There was no way.
interested.
I mean, this is so weird.
Bro ran away just like he ran away in game. Holy
Yamato
shit.
was being as mature as possible here, saying, listen, this was all our fault. We're not blaming you. We just want you to admit, just like we've admitted, that we all screwed up, and he couldn't
Only his chat.
even
Crazy.
say that. Leaving the call like an immature, disrespectful baby.
You'll learn about his chat soon enough. Oh no, don't tell me his chat is like just insufferable too. Oh my fucking god.
As Yamato was talking, this not only rubbed his dungeon teammates the wrong way, it rubbed the entire OnlyFangs guild as well as the viewers
Oh, Lolcow. Oh shit.
the wrong way. As criticism
notice
was
that part.
mounting, PirateSoftware was for the first time confronting massive controversy coming his way. At any point in time, he could have just simply apologized and moved on. Instead, he only chose to double down, playing the victim and saying that other streamers and OnlyFangs just want to cause problems with him for no reason whatsoever.
Content is causing drama and problems. There's a lot of streamers actually in this guild that want to cause problems specifically with me and have even stated so publicly on their Twitch, saying that they want to have a fight with me for content. That's not content. That's dog shit. Ridiculous. Keep it. Not going to be a part of it.
Brother.
I mean, seriously, why would people just want to attack you unprovoked for no reason whatsoever? What a cruel world we live in. The bulk of these events would unfold from January 10th to January 12th, 2025.
My God.
By that time, PirateSoftware would have received
Holy essay. Holy shit, dude.
so much criticism, so much hate, that he felt compelled to post a long tweet explaining his point of view on Twitter, saying, "To those trying to character assassinate me online for a bad pull in Dire Mall WoW hardcore, this is hardcore WoW and a lot is on the line when you step foot into a dungeon. Here is a light breakdown of the last 24 hours. Our party went the wrong way and overpulled multiple packs with the boss. The shot caller made the call to run, then went back on that call. During the run out, another pack was pulled as we had opted to skip it previously, which is never a good thing. Communication was completely broken throughout this, and it was our second time failing the dungeon. Everyone played poorly, and 2 people ultimately lost their characters for it. Each person in this group made mistakes, including myself. I have never once said I was perfect in my play, nor that I was..."
Oh my fucking God. I'm just an ex-Blizzard employee that play... Oh my fucking God. You're lying. Yeah. I'm listening to my gut. Dude, there's no way. Come on, pal. Oh my God.
I was a god gamer. I'm just an ex-Blizzard employee that has played Mage for a
Oh
long
my
time.
fucking
to pin
God.
that on a single person is absurd at best, and if you're calling for death and cancellation over
It's
it,
like
you're
that's
too
all
invested in
he
this content.
has, like his personality. He's just an ex-Blizzard employee. As if I give a fuck. Alright, bitch. Since you were like an ex-Blizzard employee, why the fuck did you guys get rid of the loot crates in Overwatch? Go fuck yourself, bitch. Oh my God, bro. Shut the fuck up.
In a very unhealthy way. If you're a creator engaging in this kind of behavior, then eventually your content wave will end, but the relationship you've sullied will be permanent. Hope it was worth it for you. To those trying to defend me, don't worry
How did you
about
even
it.
think of
This
that?
too-
That was like one of the reasons I stopped playing Overwatch, because of the loot crates were gone. And another reason, they nerfed Zen. I was
shall
pissed.
Pass. Do not attack anyone else on my behalf. I've always hated that kind of behavior. I have no intention of stopping making things or not doing stuff as I have already been. Those who are banned will stay so. I've never liked that kind of knee-jerk reaction behavior in our community before, and I will not be changing that now. For those that don't understand why they will stay banned, we had a 10-hour-long hate raid over it live on Twitch. We had to ban nearly 4,000 accounts across all platforms, and our moderators received death threats regularly throughout it all. People called for me to be killed both in-game and out-of-game. They tried to get me banned from Twitch, the guild, and WoW. They tried to make disparaging comments about our ferret rescue or that we somehow hurt animals. They tried to spread rumors saying I was convicted of felonies and many other things.
Damn,
The
in
internet hate
24
machine will not
hours?
defeat me or the community that supports me. See you in WoW Hardcore tomorrow.
They said all this shit in 24 hours? Holy fuck, bro. Holy shit. Are you... I don't want to say, are you sure? Because it's not... I make it sound like he's lying, but like, in 24 hours? Damn, bruh.
Tomorrow. So this was posted on January 13th, 2025. And while he did admit that everyone in the group made mistakes, including himself, it truly didn't feel genuine. It seemed like it was absolutely impossible for him to just say, "I'm sorry, I misplayed." He just couldn't do it. Someone pointed that out, saying, "Where's the I messed up?" And PirateSoftware said, "Apparently you have no idea how to read. Hope this helps."
Oh my fucking God. Hope this helps. You highlight the part where you said ex-Blizzard employee. I'm like actually gonna hang myself by my toes Oh my god.
highlighting the paragraph in
My
which
little
he said each person in this
toesies.
group made
Yeah.
mistakes, including himself. Again, it was worded in a disingenuous way.
Sorry.
He just couldn't take individual accountability.
Oh my god.
No matter what.
Yo,
the top
I don't know what happened. Yo, side note. I don't know what happened yesterday. I was like going crazy with energy. Holy shit. I like watched the VOD. I was like pumping energy, bro. I was dorking it.
comment was a WoW streamer known by Joker
My
D
bad.
saying,
I was
"Just
like
take the L,
energetic
it's
as
not that
fuck."
hard," to which PirateSoftware said, "Hope this was worth it for you." So overall, this entire response didn't really help him at all. And even if it did, he would single-handedly ruin any progress it might have had in the coming
Did he get
day.
kicked off?
He would double down, triple
Oh
down,
my
quadruple
God.
down,
How did he
quintuple
not kick
down,
him
and
out?
eventually
How did they not kick him out, dude?
sextuple down, only to call OnlyFangs a content guild built on hate.
Oh.
And a lot of it was from a rogue that was bitching the entire time about every goddamn thing that was going on except for his own play. But the mage is the one at fault because the mage is the hero class and the mage has to do everything perfectly. Everyone in that played badly. The druid butt pulled an extra pack on the way out.
Oh, you're still
The
talking.
tank chose to take us into a bad route through the entirety of the dungeon, pulled 2 packs and the boss at the same time. I, as the mage, went into that fight with 40% mana, tried to use my resources, used them poorly, and got myself out when the call was made to run, which, by the way, was made by them as well. Everyone played badly. In fact, the only person who didn't was the healer. And I explained that in the Twitter post, but no one wants to hear that shit because they want it to be a double down, a triple down, a quadruple down. They want to have a villain. They want to have an enemy. They want to fight that shit into the ground. They want to send death threats to people.
No one's saying that they want an enemy. You just suck at the game and people wanted you to apologize. That was it. Okay? No one said anything about like having an enemy, brah. What is this like vigilante shit? Holy fuck.
Because they're goddamn insane. Because this guild has turned into a content guild built on
my
hate,
God.
not a content guild built on experiences.
Ugh.
Because they're freaking monsters, dude.
It's just
monster,
crazy how we got
bruh.
to this point, and we're not even halfway through this drama, and all he had to really realistically do was look at the camera and say, "You know what? I'm sorry. We all misplayed, yes, but I screwed up by running away the way I did. I had 2 items that could have restored my mana so I could help the 2 people who died,
Yeah.
but I just simply panicked and ran away. And so even
Well,
though
I
we all
mean-
misplayed, I just want to say I'm
You know this is like his like first and last time being invited to something like this, dude.
sorry for my play." But no, it was too hard for him. Guys, he worked at Blizzard, and Blizzard employees simply don't make mistakes. That's a given. As PirateSoftware was too busy playing the victim, a clip of the streamer Lolcow surfaced in which he was doing a dungeon with PirateSoftware.
Oh,
You see,
no.
Lolcow is someone who had never played World of Warcraft up until this point. He was playing a mage
GG's.
just like Pirate, but he was kind of having a hard time keeping up with everything going on. Here's how Pirate treated him. I'm sure you
Okay.
can tell from the title. PirateSoftware bullying a totally new player to the game. Pathetic, dude. Watch.
Man.
Basically have to evocate to get your mana back for the next pull. Ugh.
Reminded me. I sorry, I don't play the game, so I forgot. If you remind me, I can help you out real quick.
Yeah, it's too bad I'm the only mage in the party. You're right, Jen. If only someone else would cast Arcane.
Wow.
If only.
Aww.
Can't really keep wishing for things that just aren't here, though.
That is true.
That's true. That's true. Can't wish for the rogue. Can't wish for another mage to cast Arcane in.
Yeah.
Brother, may I have some oats? Oh, since we have 2 mages, we could probably poly the ads.
Wait, we have 2 mages. Oh, man.
Yeah, I can poly.
Here I've been the only one casting Arcane in.
Yeah, dude, he sounds like a bitch. Oh my god, bro. He sounds like a know-it-all. You know what I mean? Oh my god, dude. Yikes, chat. Holy shit.
Incredible.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's wild, right?
He's an actual
God,
cunt.
even reality TV can't recreate such an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Man. Just ruining the whole vibe.
Yeah. It's too bad I'm the only mage in the party. You're right, Jen.
Hey man, I'm new to the game, so if you want me to help with Arcane, just let me know, remind me. Yeah, it's too bad I'm the only mage in the game, right chat? Oh, we have 2 mages. Oh, I didn't know that. All
Wow.
that in the face of a new player who was being nothing but nice, honestly.
Yeah.
And yet PirateSoftware had the gall to complain about being bullied by other content creators when he was literally doing that to someone as innocent as Lolcow. The culmination of all this would
It's the fame, bro. It's the fame, man. Fame sometimes does that to people. Holy shit, dude. Untouchable. Unstoppable. And it's because, like, they do good things. Yo, I don't mean to, like, sound like this, but when people do good things, they expect to be rewarded. You know what I mean? He did, like, what was it? When he did, like, the subathon, I guess? When he got, like, all those subs and shit. That was for charity, right? Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
forced Sodapoppin to take the decision of kicking PirateSoftware
What's up,
from
Andrew?
OnlyFangs, pinging everyone in the OnlyFangs Discord and saying this.
What happened? Where did your badge go? Didn't you have a badge in the chats? Where did it go? Oh, no, it's still there. Okay, I was like, what the fuck? I thought you got... I was like, how did you get rid of the badge?
Yes, I made a decision to kick Pirate. I felt a large majority of people in the guild felt uncomfortable playing or being
'Cause I'm
around him
subbed?
and all that drama
Yeah.
that surrounded
All
him
good.
at this
I wanted to
point.
make sure. I
Even
was
though
like,
some
yo, how
people
did you
may
lose
have
it?
not felt that way, a lot did. And after seeing some clips today from him quadrupling down, or I don't know what number we're on at this point, I think I'm making the right decision, but still I feel bad. Try to just let this whole thing slide into forgetfulness and move on, in my opinion. Stay safe, game.
Annie, when you get famous, don't switch up on us.
I'm not famous.
Or I'll
Leave me
be
alone.
angry.
I'm not famous. Leave me alone.
So look, at the end of the day, in World of Warcraft in general, when you're in a raid or dungeon, you have to trust every single member on your team to make sure that not only you complete the raid
Instead
or
of
dungeon,
when.
but
I'm
that you
not
also
ever gonna be
survive.
famous. Leave me
This
alone.
also applies on a way bigger scale in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore, because one bad teammate can cost you the account that you've put dozens or even hundreds of hours in. And people just couldn't trust someone who couldn't take any accountability like PirateSoftware. As soon as things would have gone wrong, he would have probably just ran for his life and said he had
She's
no manner.
famous.
And not many people really felt sorry for him because at the end of the day, he was the embodiment of this meme. No one was forcing him to sextuple down. No one was forcing him to bully a new player. The only person who was shooting themselves in the foot with a shotgun was none other than PirateSoftware. At this point, Jason Thor Hall, otherwise known as PirateSoftware, was slowly but surely becoming a lolcow, but he had no idea. But that was normal, because fundamentally speaking, a lolcow is never aware that they're a lolcow.
That's true.
Look, there are a lot of definitions of what a lolcow is, but if I had to sum it up, well, it would be very simple. It's someone who simply embodies the worst of the worst when it comes to human traits, but they would be constantly convinced that they are the perfect human being, never able to admit fault, and never willing to, even when they know that they're in the wrong. This by itself becomes very entertaining, and there are many examples. They come in all shapes, sizes, and even colors. And the mage who ran out of mana was about to join their ranks imminently. All he had to do to avoid this fate was just fucking apologize, man. But he just couldn't. In fact, what he ended up doing was maybe one of the cringiest things in this entire video. I genuinely can't believe that someone in his 30s said this, but I mean, watch this yourself. You'll know what I mean.
How did you get this deep? Stop feeding into it. All of the accounts that are messaging me are getting reported. There's a funny fact about this. I worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
Oh,
There's
my
a whole
fucking
lot of
God.
other people there
Ugh. Fire, Grandpa.
that still know me. And all of these reports are going directly to them. They're well aware of the situation, and everybody who's messaging me, they're going to get read. It's kind of a dumbass thing to do, and I can't wait for all of them to get banned. Yep.
Yeah, so all you guys whispering me right now with these threats, well, guess what? My dad works at Nintendo, and I'm going to tell him personally about every single one of you, so good job. See you later. It's like, bro, if they're sending you death threats, you really just have to report them in game, and I'm sure something will happen. You don't have to actually bother your Blizzard alumni. This clip was on January 14th. And guys, I swear to you, I am constantly impressed by how ironic life can be. I don't think we live in a simulation, but sometimes I do get the feeling, because some things are just so perfect in comedic timing, you'd think that there was someone writing a script. One day after this clip came out, PirateSoftware was streaming the game Ashes of Creation during its second alpha. This is an MMORPG similar to World of Warcraft, and it also has raids as well as dungeons. During a raid, PirateSoftware would wipe the entire team. He would kill everyone single-handedly by pulling in the wrong unit. What would be his first reaction? Well, watch for yourself.
Oh, God.
Sabu is not paying attention.
He pulled in the enemy,
Sabu.
and he died.
God damn it, guys.
Oh, no, he pulled the ocular.
So one of you pulled the ocular. Why?
Did he
now
do
half
it?
the raid is dead. Was there a reason?
Did he do that? Did he just do that? What? I feel like I just watched him do it in front of me, and he's trying to gaslight me. I could be wrong.
What would be
Didn't
his
I
first
just see him do
reaction?
that?
Well, watch for yourself.
Sabu is not paying attention.
He pulled in the enemy,
Sabu.
and he died.
Oh.
God damn it, guys.
Oh, no, he pulled the ocular.
I need to see his chat. I need to see his chat. I need to see what the fuck is his chat saying.
So one of you pulled the ocular. Why?
I just watched him do it. What the fuck? He called himself out.
Now half the raid is dead. Was there a reason for that?
I swear.
There's no way. There's no way.
It's so funny knowing that he was the one who pulled the ocular. This is also another thing with lolcows. They are unintentionally hilarious. PirateSoftware here was genuinely pissed, okay? He genuinely was livid. But knowing that he was the one who caused the wipe is so fucking funny. It showed people that World of Warcraft wasn't an isolated case. He was doing this in Ashes of Creation and would very easily do this a third time somewhere else. It was
Really?
him. He was the
Holy
issue here,
shit.
and his lack of accountability was astounding. But you know what else is astounding? His ability to keep digging himself in deeper holes. During this whole fiasco, Joker D would talk about PirateSoftware and would call him out.
I honestly fuck PirateSoftware.
It's just business, bro. It's just business. It's just business at the end of the day.
Like straight up, bro, this dude is a complete fraud. At least in the WoW space, I don't care if he worked for fucking Blizzard. The guy probably made fucking coffee for some devs. I don't even believe for a second.
So out of all the streamers in OnlyFangs, Joker D probably went the hardest on PirateSoftware.
He probably
took
made
segments
copy.
of this rant and uploaded it as a YouTube video. That YouTube video would then be removed due to a violation of community guidelines, and the person who striked it cited the
No
reason
way.
as being harassment and cyber
Damn.
bullying. One could only guess who took this video down. I mean, seriously. Joker D would never reveal the name of the brand or whatever that was behind this, but seeing that the video had gotten brigaded by PirateSoftware's community, for many, it was safe to say that PirateSoftware was the one who took this video down because he simply didn't like it, abusing the copy strike system on YouTube. Seeing that Pokemon had done this in the past, back in 2020, getting an amazing community reaction. And of course, we can't forget about Alinity doing this as well back in 2018. Wow, I'm old.
I'm gonna copy strike this guy.
I mean, it was genius. It worked so well for every content creator who had done that prior. So obviously, this was the play. Congratulations. You know, it's so fascinating to me how the internet works sometimes. Someone could mind their own business for months, for years, for decades. But as soon as they do something that makes them so incredibly unlikable, the internet starts seeing a big red target on your back and they strike. PirateSoftware had a talent of building up a huge, loyal community in just the span of a couple of months. When January 2025 came by, though, he proved to us that he had another talent, building up a massive community of very loyal haters. These incidents that we just talked about had ensured that. This is when those very same haters would start scrutinizing every single aspect of PirateSoftware, both as a brand and as a person, only to eventually dismantle this massive empire that he had built. Now look, just to be clear, PirateSoftware has always had haters, dating all the way back to September 2024, and there were earlier instances too. This is normal. When you get famous, when you take over the algorithm the way he did, some people will naturally get fatigued from you. I mean, you might not believe this, but even someone like Queso has haters, purely because he's a massive content creator, no pun intended. Some of these early haters of PirateSoftware would start making videos talking about his past. about how, for example, he wasn't the game developer he was making himself out to be, especially with his Blizzard experience. About how he used to go by the name of Moldavius Fig Tree and was a well-renowned furry in Second Life and EVE Online. But those videos would never get enough traction to actually matter. As you can see, this video right here with the title of PirateSoftware, the streamer who faked his game dev career, had reached almost 100,000 views. From the like and dislike ratio, we can see how PirateSoftware had somehow, either directly or indirectly, sent his community to brigade this video, and just like Joker D's video, it was taken down by abusing the copy strike system and inciting harassment and cyberbullying. So essentially, if you were an early hater of PirateSoftware, if you had something to say, well, chances are no one heard you. This is how for a long time he was able to sweep all the hate, feedback, and criticism under the rug. Except this time, after all the events that we just saw unfold, he had way too many eyes examining his every move, and he couldn't just sweep criticism under the rug anymore. For example, around the end of January 2025, PirateSoftware had DMCA'd an indie game and threatened to sue its developer. Why? Well, the developer shows us the main reason why PirateSoftware wanted the game taken down. Here it is. It's this roach wearing the same wizard hat that he was wearing during World of Warcraft, while mimicking some of the things that he was saying. Watch.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I ran.
This whole game got DMCA'd because of this. I mean, this is how sensitive
That's funny.
he is. And now many people were made aware
That's
of this.
good.
He could just copy strike or DMCA just about anyone, because every time he did, he spawned more haters. His strategy was now outdated. Everyone was made aware of what had happened to this indie game. And speaking of indie games, there was renewed scrutiny over PirateSoftware's indie game called Heartbound, with many wondering why it's been in early access since 2018 with no release date in sight. Give it 3 more years, it'll be a decade. Some people were comparing him to Yandere Dev, a very well established.
Oof. Holy fuck,
Lolcow,
dude.
who hadn't released his game in over a decade. And when people actually analyzed its code, they found some of the worst written code known to mankind. Seeing all this scrutiny and criticism catch up to his own game development must have hit one hell of a nerve, because very shortly after he announced that Heartbound would start receiving monthly updates. And all it took was people going there and reviewing it negatively. He was hoping that this would steer off the criticism and the scrutiny, and that things would eventually finally go back to normal, but the haters weren't really done just yet. People were putting into question his entire identity, the fact that he worked at Blizzard for 7 years, but worked what exactly? As well as him claiming that he was one hell of a hacker who had gone to the yearly hacking conference, DEF CON, and won some pretty important events there with the help of his team that he never
I'll be honest, I don't give a fuck.
mentioned, of course. Always taking credit for this by himself.
I don't give a fuck about his lore. Like, I don't care that he was like an ex-employee. I don't care that he was a hacker, bro. But I'll watch it because it's Mujin, and I love Mujin.
At some point, he was invited to a podcast.
But he just sounds like really insufferable. That's why I just don't give a fuck.
Called Dropped Frames. This was a clip from it, and here's the title: PirateSoftware on how he became a hacker for the government. These were the stories that he was telling people. Watch this.
Oh my god, dude.
You're a hacker.
He's like in a Wattpad story, basically. They're saying it's not as crazy as he says it is.
Like that's
like he stretches it out to like make it sound like big than it like initially was, right?
Where you like kind of start an actual hacker, like,
Yes,
not like I'm a hacker. No, you're an actual hacker. You won
like an actual hacker.
Yeah,
My last job was hacking power plants for the federal government. I worked for the United States Department of Energy.
So dude walks in with a laptop and a.
Fuck, chat. I want Mario Kart so badly. I want Switch 2. Oh, I want the Switch 2, bruh. I was watching like Pezzy and them play it when they were like drinking. Bro, I want to play the game so badly. Oh.
And you lean over to, who's that guy?
Oh, that's the hacker from the government. Yeah, that's the hacker.
It's even worse because we go in like 3 to 4 man teams, man. So like we've got a team of
Oh, you
dudes
had a
looking
fleet.
like
You had
this.
like a team of dudes in suits
wasn't just
holding
me.
laptops,
Yeah,
walking into
exactly.
restricted areas. Okay.
When he says things like this, what he's trying to paint
while drinking
in your mind as a viewer is that he's some sort of Unit 8200 Mossad agent writing zero-day exploits on USBs that are snuck into Iranian nuclear facilities.
Make sure to get the bundle if you get them. They're not in stock, so I'm like just waiting patiently. But when I get it, it's not even gonna be.
In reality, if you look at his LinkedIn and reconcile it against his skill set,
when I get it. Okay, when I get it, it's not gonna be for me. It's for my dad. I've been wanting to get him the Switch 2. I've been wanting to get him the Switch 2. But it's been out of stock since. It's literally been out of stock since Father's Day. So I'm pretty bummed out about it.
when in reality, if you look at his LinkedIn and reconcile it against his skill set, what he did was social engineering. He wrote phishing emails and tried to gain access to credentials and user systems that way.
So Coding Jesus said it best. PirateSoftware's entire identity was slowly starting to unravel right before our very eyes. From the shorts that made him go viral, to the stories he used to say on stream, to quite literally everything about him was nothing more than either an exaggeration or him trying as best as possible to sugarcoat reality. You can very clearly see on his LinkedIn that first off, he didn't work at Blizzard for 7 years, it was actually 6 years, 6 months, and that his initial roles were him being in quality assurance. For the first 4 years at Blizzard, so the majority of his time there, he was in an entry-level role, eventually being promoted multiple times and finishing off as a senior red team specialist. In his own description of the job, he said, infiltrated and exploited physical access controls, managed social engineering operations to improve employee awareness and resilience, and finally created, launched, and managed a global web application bounty program. As Coding Jesus said, this guy would literally just send phishing emails, make phone calls, try to pretend to be an outsider in order to have employees make mistakes so that they can improve internal protocols. I mean, it's an important job, that's for sure. But even on his LinkedIn, he would make claims that he worked on all these different games. I mean, yeah, indirectly, but none of your code made it to the game. You didn't model, you didn't texture, and you sure as hell didn't animate. You just so happened to work on internal projects in parallel to these games. And yet, every time someone would mention something about games, about the video game industry, about whatever, he would always start off by saying, I worked 7 years at Blizzard, actually, so I know what I'm talking about. When in reality, no, you have more experience as an indie developer than you ever had as a developer at a AAA company, and that's the truth. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that he made this such an important and integral part of his personality that it felt like a massive betrayal. But that's not all. His dad was Joey Ray Hall. This picture right here is of 10 people. And if you don't know who they are, these people happen to be the original founders of Blizzard Entertainment. Yes, these guys are legends in every sense of the word. And the guy in the middle is none other than Jason.
Okay, so he basically got like a handout from his dad. Oh my fucking god. Is that what it means? A Nepo baby? What does that mean? Hold on. I gotta look this up. He's a second generation. I don't give a fuck if he is or isn't. I don't care. I don't care about that shit. Is a use to describe someone who has achieved success or fame, particularly in the industry like entertainment or fashion, due to their family connections and not solely based on their talent and hard work. Oh. Ew. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Wrong one. Okay.
Thorhall's father. He later became the director of cinematics at Blizzard, which is probably the only thing that Blizzard has been consistently good at for the last 20 years. He was also the inspiration behind this guy in South Park from the famous World of Warcraft episode. I mean, this guy was a legend in every sense of the word.
Fire.
And so Mashable.com, when they made this article about PirateSoftware, titled How Streamer PirateSoftware Gained Nearly 2 million subs in 6 months, they just had to mention the fact that he's a Nepo baby.
Damn.
Saying when he was 16, he landed landed a dream job as a game tester at Blizzard Entertainment, which, before the bloated loot boxes and corporate acquisition by Microsoft for $68.7 billion, was considered one of the most respected companies in the video game industry. It helped that he was a Nepo baby, since his dad, Joey Ray Hall, had spent over 2 decades at the industry titan since almost the very beginning. Now, of course, after 6 months, he would leave because he felt that the corporate life wasn't for him, and many years later would reapply by himself without the help of his dad, landing a QA role, which I believe, because if he had the help of his dad, no way he would end up in an entry-level position. But still, just them including this sentence, calling him a Nepo baby, truly triggered him beyond belief. I mean, look at what he had to say.
Yeah, really not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. It's one of those things that I've been trying to fight my entire career. It's one of the things that I've had to argue with people in chat about. It's one of the things that we ban people for here. Anytime people say shit like that, because it's deeply disrespectful and it completely overwrites any of the things that I've done throughout my career.
Damn, dude.
As something that is somebody else's success, which they have not been in any possible respect.
Can't imagine, brah.
It's just rude as fuck. So, what do you say? In the thing, he said it was he called me a Nepo baby. In his article. No, that's dog shit behavior. Really gross. In any case, let's go find somebody to raid.
I hate the way he talks.
He would ban people in chat.
I hate the way he talks. Oh, anyways. Yeah, dudes. I just don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like the way he talks. It actually pisses me off. I'm sorry.
If they called him a Nepo baby. It's the easiest way to trigger him.
Oh my god,
Nuke,
Nuke.
at the same
200
time, the same guy
30 stream streak.
Who's acting triggered over being called Nepo baby said this multiple times on his stream. Watch.
So I'm second generation Blizzard. I'm the first second generation Blizzard employee.
I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't care.
I'm also a second generation Blizzard employee. I was a second generation Blizzard employee. I was the first second generation Blizzard employee ever. I was the first second generation Blizzard employee.
Oh,
and I
my
love that
fucking
shit.
God.
I love that company. Working for Blizzard sucked.
Again, a lot.
You love the company, but working for it sucks balls, doesn't it?
Lolcow is someone who is unintentionally hilarious when being 100% serious, and I just can't stop laughing at this guy. I mean, seriously? I was the first second-generation Blizzard employee? What is this, the Chinese dynasty? Like, what are you even talking about? And let's be real here. The only reason you were the first second-generation Blizzard employee was purely because of your dad. Because back then, they didn't even have a recruiting team. You were just the easiest hire. And I think one thing he has to understand is that being a Nepo baby
Damn, bitch, he said you were easy. Ooh.
a bad thing. I think most people, if they had a dad or a mom who worked a really cool job, they would love to take advantage of that, and they do. For example, Jack Quaid is an actor that was called a Nepo baby multiple times.
Oh, I like this guy.
That's because his
I like this guy. He seems cool. He seems like a really cool actor. I'm not gonna lie.
For example, Jack Quaid is an actor that was called a Nepo baby multiple times by fans. That's because his parents are both Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan, 2 very successful actors.
Fire.
His response was very refreshing for fans, agreeing with the Nepo baby label and saying, "I'm an immensely privileged person. I don't think it undermines my talent."
Fire
Adding that
emoji.
he was able to get representation pretty early on because of being a Nepo baby, and that it's already more than half the battle. So as I said, being a Nepo baby isn't inherently a bad thing. It's only bad when you try to deny it, when you get defensive, because come on, who are you lying to? And that was what PirateSoftware was doing. It was becoming more and more obvious that PirateSoftware had a massive ego, but also very deep-rooted insecurities. He wanted to appear like a genius no matter what. And according to him, geniuses never apologize. Geniuses never admit fault. But they also never make mistakes and always, no matter what, figure things out on stream. This is something that became painfully obvious when he would play some pretty hard puzzle games and would figure out some of the hardest things all by himself miraculously after looking at his phone, playing it off like it was some genius eureka moment. Outer Wilds is a critically acclaimed, story-rich space exploration game that just so happens to have some pretty complex puzzles. PirateSoftware will play this game on
this is the game Celeste was telling me about.
stream, and he would proceed to solve these puzzles all by himself, miraculously.
I
and more
remember.
specifically, after looking at his phone. In the VOD of his gameplay, around 8 hours and 7 minutes, he gets stuck in an area and he needs to get out somehow. This is one of the many puzzles in this game. Now he would struggle to find the solution, deliberate with his chat, talk a bunch, and then at around the 8:20 mark, he would pull out his phone right here and continue talking to chat. This goes on for 2 minutes in which he deliberates while very clearly looking at his phone. And then eventually, at around the 8-hour, 22-minute mark, he would get a eureka moment.
Maybe it's not with the scanner. Maybe this is different.
Excuse me.
Maybe it's not the scanner at all. Maybe it's the time. Maybe the fact that we were able to destroy the surface like that was the point. Huh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have an idea.
Guys, wait.
Shut the fuck up. This is me playing a puzzle game and trying my hardest not to look at chat as chat's giving me the fucking answer. And I gotta act like I got the fucking... I gotta act like I got the puzzle on my own. Yo, bro.
Wait a minute. I have an idea.
I'm like, I don't get this puzzle. And I'll like glance over at chat. I'll see one answer. I'm like, wait a minute. Let's try this one. Hold on. I was right. I'm sure chat knows I'm lying, bro. I'm sure.
Oh my god, I have an idea. Guys,
I'm sure
my
chat's
god,
like,
this just came out of nowhere.
Sure,
My
you
brain
got it
just
on
works
your own,
differently.
sir.
Did I mention that I worked 7 years at Blizzard? This would spread
Oh,
like wildfire
man.
on Reddit. This guy is faking his Outer Wilds run in order to appear to be a genius to his community. That's crazy. It's so
Damn.
ridiculous you can't even believe it. But as I already mentioned,
Thank God I have the bimbo title.
he was facing increased scrutiny. He
Thank
normally would have
goodness
been
I
able
ain't
to get
gotta
away with
fucking
this, and
fake
he
being
did get
smart.
away with this in other games. It's just that now things
That's
were
a lot of hard
different.
work.
When questioned about cheating in Outer Wilds, this is what he had to say.
Why did you cheat in Outer Wilds? What? How the hell would you cheat in that game?
Come on,
Or
bro.
we played it all live on stream. All right, bud. That's a wild ass thing to say.
Yes, how would you cheat while live streaming this as he stares into his phone for 2 straight minutes?
Sorry.
You're absolutely right. The real controversy would be when he would play the game Animal Well that released on May 2024. You see, he played this game before the World of Warcraft controversy and before the increased scrutiny. But after he had embarrassed himself in Outer Wilds and World of Warcraft, people thought to go back and check his gameplay because they thought, wait, now that I think about it, this was kind of suspicious. And the evidence here was damning. It was simply undeniable. You see, Animal Well is a puzzle game, but not just any puzzle game. It has many puzzles and many secrets that are very easy to miss if you don't take your time analyzing every aspect of it. When the game first came out, you had people on Reddit and in forums trying to work together in order to find all of its secrets and puzzles. One of those puzzles was the Wingding puzzle. This took the entire community over a week of teamwork in order to find the solution.
a week?
This was a group effort in every way, and no one person could have solved it by themselves. The guide came out on May 19th, 2024, and it just so happens that PirateSoftware miraculously, all by himself on stream, solved this puzzle on May 19th, the day the guide came out. I mean, bro, seriously.
Damn, dude. Damn. You just suck balls, bro. Damn.
Seriously.
Damn,
You'd also
dude.
have some
You
people
actually
write
just
entire
suck.
essays with proof as to why they think that PirateSoftware
Holy
cheated.
shit.
If you want to read this and have actually
God
played
damn.
Animal Well, you can pause the video.
Nah, I'm
but
good.
in a nutshell, it's almost like he was trying his hardest to ruin any ounce of reputation he had left. I mean, seriously, are you that insecure that you would cheat in a fucking puzzle game in order to appear to be a genius to your community? Really?
I cheat
It's
in Minecraft.
insanity. But this was reality because, as I said earlier, this scrutiny was disassembling every aspect of his brand
What
and
is that?
personality, even down to
Wait, use link. What is that? What did you link? What is this? Didn't even say. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can tell I'm useless, bro. You can actually tell I'm useless.
The blue room? You guys are lying. There's no stairs in.
Am I sick? Was I sick in this?
Oh. That's not stairs. Oh.
Annie bro. Annie. Streamer. Please.
Oh.
That's my
Guys, yo, deadass. Okay, side note, bro. Side note, chat. I'm low-key. I've gotten better physically. Like, actually. I think I was constantly sick often. Like, every fucking time. I was super sick. And I didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm still gonna go live. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm so thankful. I mean, it sucks having an immune deficiency issue, but at the same time, I'm very thankful that I have like gotten better physically. Like I don't feel sick anymore. I don't wake up like dreading and anything like that. Not like my body doesn't like wake up hurting. It doesn't feel I don't feel like I'm on life support, you know what I mean? It just feels great. It feels so fucking great. And I might get sick eventually, and that's fine, but I'm super thankful that like I've like gotten better, like actually. I didn't know, man, when I went to doctors and they told me everything that was wrong with me, I just kind of sat there like dumbfounded. I was like, wow, maybe I should have gone sooner. This is also when you saw Nina. I think what your family found out might have been the reason why you guys are getting sick. My family's getting sick. I don't remember how my family was getting sick. It could have been. I think it's like also stress like was a huge issue. But I don't know, man. I never blamed Nina. She was like one of the things that I just never sat there and blamed because it's like, why am I gonna blame a dog? I would never blame a dog. I'm so sorry. I don't think it's a dog's fault. The reason why I'm sick, it's just me. You know what I mean? It's not my dog's fault. It's not any animal's fault. I think it's just me and the way that I just never actually like took care of like my body. And I was just like, it's okay. Like, I'll care eventually. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't think it's like any of my pets' fault for me getting sick. It was actually physically me. And I just never noticed. Because it's like I was taking one thing that was like good for me. And then I was overdosing on it without even entirely knowing. I was like, huh? She's like, yeah, you could be... Yeah, all this stuff that you're taking, it's damaging you, actually. I was like, oh. Huh. I was like, I did not know that. Thank you. Yeesh. I was low-key scared. But then, like, she just straight up told me, like, you'll get sick no matter what. You just have a weak immune system. That's just you. I was like, oh, that's great. Yeah, that's cool to hear. But I'm 100% happy that I've gotten better. I really am. Very much I am. Ah! Oh, yeah, the gym is doing numbers too, man.
To his most fundamental traits, like his own voice. People would somehow unearth this old clip of him at a convention in which he sounded
He faked his voice? Oh, man. Fucking Jim.
Every aspect of his brand and personality, even down to his most fundamental traits, like his own voice. People would somehow unearth this old clip of him at a convention in which he sounded completely different than how he sounds today, leading many to believe that he's either faking his voice or simply using a voice changer on his microphone. Listen to this.
Show been so far?
It's actually been amazing. It's our first time out here at Denver Comic Con, and there's so many people.
dog. Yo, how long did it take for your balls to drop? Yo, bro. Yo, yo, bro. How long? Hold on. How long did it take, dog? Oh, dude. Okay. Sorry. Yo, how long did it take for your balls to drop, bruh? Holy.
And they love the
How old was he in this? There's no, it doesn't matter. Yo, it does not matter. Did he hit puberty? Puberty? Did he hit puberty? Yo, I can't say the word. Did he hit puberty late?
games, so it's been awesome.
So speaking of games, what do you have for us today?
Yeah, I can't say the word puberly. I've said the word before. Why am I actually fucking up? Puberly. Is it not puberly? No, it's puber. I give up, bro. Pube. I'm saying pube. I'm saying pube. What if I can't forget you?
So we have Champions of Breakfast, which is a twin stick shooter that we made in 24 days from
Damn,
concept to
bruh.
release on Steam. Blew up. It was really, really awesome. And that game is pretty difficult. So if you're into really hard arcade games, that's the kind of thing for you.
You know what though? To be fair, he sounds like such a pleasant person here. This is someone I can see myself being friends with. Look, people want to theorize and say that he has a voice changer or is faking his voice. I think he was just killed by an evil clone. I think that's a better explanation. This of course wouldn't be the only clip where you'd hear him have a different voice, like this one for example.
I'm gonna have to peel my hot dog. I have to peel it. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled. You see, now that I've peeled the hot dog, it's ready to eat.
What is this, bro? Like... Oh, bro! Oh my god, he's not even funny, too. Holy shit. So, like, what else do you got, bro? Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to... Yo, no, I'm a bitch. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Cause I can't, bro. I'm sorry. I can't, dude. I can't lie, bro. Like, what? Maybe I'm just too young. Maybe I'm just too young to understand, bro. It could be, like, millennial humor. I don't get it. I actually don't fucking get it. Maybe I'm just, like, not old enough to, like, get this shit. I found that a little funny. How old are you? Millennial here, not just you. Okay. So, 19. Huh. Maybe it's brain rot humor. Maybe that's why I can't understand. No, I'm 20 now, actually. Hey, happy birthday. Hey, happy birthday.
Peeled. Every good hot dog needs to be peeled.
Happy birthday.
You see, now that I've peeled the hot dog, it's ready to eat.
Look, a hot dog is
That's
about
right.
to be eaten by Thor.
It's ready
Let's
to eat.
demand he smears.
Okay, look,
I don't
if you're
know,
not
bro.
convinced yet, here's a more...
It just reminds me of someone that's like trying their hardest to be funny. What's up, sir? How you doing today, pal? Hello.
recent clip of him playing Animal Well. This was
Happy
around
birthday,
a year
Annie.
ago,
Thank you,
back in
guys.
2024. Look.
Thanks,
I don't
guys.
know what that gives me though. I don't know what is that supposed to do? How am I gonna put that shit in there? Oh, god damn it.
To some people, this was his voice changer glitching. To others, this was him mistakenly getting too comfortable with his real voice. What does PirateSoftware have to say?
Okay, I get like people like sounding like sometimes My voice sounds a little higher because I got a force energy, but it's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Actually, I can't even like think of something like this because he talks like this. He talks like he's Batman, and he just knows it all. And he's an ex Blizzard employee. Did you guys know that? Also, his dad worked for Blizzard too. So, I don't know.
Well, apparently, according to his doctor, his voice went through a second puberty in his 30s.
What? His doctor said this?
That's right. Apparently, your balls can drop twice, but I
Really? Yo, men are lucky.
could only find a handful of sources on this, and
I want balls to drop, bro.
this article from the BBC pretty much sums it up by saying that as you get older, the larynx gets stiffer.
I want to
making
sound
the
like
vocal
Batman.
cords less
That's so
flexible.
lucky.
I mean, this isn't
What the
new.
fuck?
When you talk
Yo,
to someone
what's
who's
up?
90 years old, they'll sound
Wow.
different than what they used to sound
Am I
like
not
then.
allowed to compliment men's having balls and it drops twice? Hello?
20s. But to have this much of a dramatic change, that's crazy. Regardless, though, I mean, the pressure was getting to PirateSoftware.
Don't compliment us. Chat, if I had balls, I would swing them around like a weapon. Put that thing away!
Change? That's crazy. Regardless, though, I mean, the pressure was getting to PirateSoftware. Not only was his game getting scrutinized, not only was his past out in the open, but people were
My
criticizing
bad.
his gameplay.
That would
The way he
actually
played
hurt you. Okay, if you got the ability to like take away the pain, would you guys swing your balls around though? Like, be for real. Yes, see, no. I just said, listen, you didn't hear me. If you had the ability to not have the pain in your balls, would you swing it around? Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Right? I think that'd be pretty funny. Yo, babe, look what I could do. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
Annie, how low do you think balls hang?
Look at this sick trick. Oh my god. Yeah, they don't hang very low. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just Oh my god, dude.
They'll get used like a speed bag.
games. And even his voice, things were getting out of control. So the next thing you know, he was on stream with
whoosh whoosh. Sorry, okay, I'm done.
software. Not only
Yo, peeling a hot dog level humor right now. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah, but the difference is that I'd have to like put a hot dog in a fucking banana peel and like glue it back together. Oh.
was his game getting scrutinized. Not only was his past out in
oh, just to be funny. Oh.
open, but people
I'd have to fucking set up a fucking like presentation to be funny. Oh.
were criticizing his gameplay, the way he played games. And even his
Don't ever
voice,
compare me
things were getting
to
out of
that guy.
control. So the next thing you know, he was on stream with a psychologist by the name of Dr. K. Alok Kanogia, otherwise known as Dr. K, runs the healthygamer.gg organization. He's a clinical psychologist who founded this brand in order to be able to reach the very big and growing demographic of gamers, a group of people who very often will struggle with mental health and not really seek out therapy when they should. His content is mostly educational, drawing parallels between video games and what you go through mentally, and overall, he's been quite successful. Now, of course, that's not to say that he doesn't have his fair share of haters. Some people, for example, have criticized the fact that he does these therapy sessions with streamers in public, even though the person
I just think it's really funny,
consents
guys.
to it. From Dr. K's perspective, though, he wants to show people that streamers are humans too. And if someone like those streamers that they idolize is brave enough to get therapy, then they can do so too. His conversation with PirateSoftware would last over 3.5 hours. It would get viewed by almost 1 million people, and having watched a good chunk of it, I can tell you right now, regardless of what you might think about Dr. K, I think this stream truly shows his incredible skill in being able to converse with such an obvious narcissist without having him rage quit the call, while still trying his best to give him a reality check. And for you to understand that, I want you to watch this clip.
for this shit right now is like they come in and they're like, did you know that he worked at Blizzard for 7 years? Like, yeah, that was my career. And I'm proud of that. So of course I'm going to talk
Even in therapy, he mentions it. Holy shit.
about that because it gives context to talk about other things around the games industry, which is what we do on the stream.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes the things that I talk about in regards to those types of things is misconstrued as arrogance or boasting, when in reality, I'm just trying to give context.
So that is the problem right there. So I want you to listen to this phrase.
Sure.
This gets misconstrued as arrogance, but in reality, it's this.
Yeah.
That is the most arrogant statement on the planet, bro. Like, tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. I don't see it that way, but all
Oh
right.
my god. Oh my god, bro. Holy.
God, it must be so hard talking to someone like that. Anyway, in the next clip, you'll be seeing the logic behind PirateSoftware's attitude when it comes to never apologizing.
Let me
like not give any context whatsoever.
Huh?
Yeah. Let's say yes to that. I think that's a bit of hyperbole, but
just an emotional response?
No, just say, "Hey guys." So basically, you know, when you tell the narrative, you start with like, I made a mistake, everyone made mistakes, I was smug. And then there's a lot that comes after that. How would you feel about just ending it after that first paragraph?
I hate that.
Okay.
I have like an immediate emotionally angry response against that.
Very good.
Because it feels like idiocracy.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
Feels like that's too long, didn't read. I don't need all those words when few words do gooder. That I hate that.
Gooder is not a word.
That shit. Like I
Is it a word? That's not a word, right? That's not a word.
I super need all those.
Okay.
It feels like that's too long, didn't read. I don't need all those words when few words do gooder. That I hate that shit. Like I super hate that kind of communication of like there's a lot of people that say like, oh, you should just say my bad, guys. No, that does not in any way.
You don't need to essay to even say that you're right. You know what I mean? Because you're wrong. You're actually wrong. But the fact is that you're like typing this whole fucking book just to prove why you're right, bruh. Shut the fuck up, man.
Explain a situation that doesn't. No, that does not in any way explain a situation. That doesn't tell you any information that is real. It is hand waving for the masses in a way that is disingenuous to what happened and disingenuous to the people that are involved. I feel like to do that would be just me lying for the sake of lying so that people would fuck off.
This really gave us an insight as to how his mind functions. And as you heard from him talking, he hates the idea of just saying, my bad, let's move on. I'm sorry, let's move on. He wants to sit there and type 12 paragraphs as to why he was wrong, but not really, while others were more wrong than him. All of a sudden, things make a lot of sense. Now, listen to how Dr. K responded to that. Okay, just watch.
So I think what I liked about that response, so my hope, so we're not here to like rehab your PR, right? We're just here to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, over the last 2 hours, there's something about the way that I hear you talk that rubs me the wrong way.
Oof. Damn.
There's something about the way that you talk that seems
arrogant. Arrogant, bro.
Dismissive. So I'll tell you where
I agree with that.
Right. So it's like, I made a mistake. We all made mistakes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there's something about your sentence construction. It's like, oh yeah, Thor, I'm sorry I cheated on you, bro. I really do love you. You know, we both have flaws in this marriage.
I think the funny thing here is that Dr. K is known to be very caring, very nice, and not confrontational at all when it comes to streams like this. But in this case, seeing that he's an experienced psychologist, he knew when to become confrontational. He knew when to call out PirateSoftware on his bullshit. And this is what it was. Bullshit. In just a span of like 20 seconds, Dr. K had essentially summed up people's entire problem with PirateSoftware. When he would be criticized, when he would be given feedback, when he would be given advice, he was always dismissive and smug. And this smugness is what led us here. People were hoping that this productive 3.5-hour conversation would actually lead somewhere, maybe actually make him apologize for once and take a step back. But it didn't. His empire kept crumbling until we had finally reached the final nail in the coffin. Stop killing games. Stop Killing Games is an initiative launched by Ross Scott in the European Union and the United Kingdom. It was meant to be a direct answer to what happened with the game The Crew, made by Ubisoft. At the end of December 2023, Ubisoft all of a sudden announced that The Crew would no longer be purchasable and that its servers would be going down on March 31st, 2024. Seeing that this was a live service game, this meant that after March, you'd never be able to play this game ever again. The salt in the wound, though, was that barely a couple weeks after the servers went offline, Ubisoft revoked The Crew from people who had bought it digitally, attaching a message saying, "You no longer have access to this game, why not check the store to pursue your adventures?" To many, this was an outrage. It essentially meant that you never owned your games to begin with. Ubisoft can just take them away. This also more recently happened with Concord. It barely came out for a week and then the servers were offline. If you bought the disc copy, you were played like an idiot. The Stop Killing Games initiative argued that it wasn't really legal. It was very weird for live service games to just shut down like that without giving players an alternative. With Ross Scott on his YouTube channel saying that games as a service is fraud. One thing to note is that this initiative wasn't forcing publishers or developers to keep game servers online forever. What it simply wanted was to have a way to access these games after the servers went offline, by allowing players to host their own servers, for example. Arguing that if taking games down like this would become the norm, then way too many games would become lost media, because that's what The Crew and Concord are right now. They're essentially lost media. It was classified as a European Citizens Initiative, in which European citizens could sign it, and if it would reach 1 million signatures, then it would be talked about in the European Parliament. It would initially get a couple 100,000 signatures until a certain person would speak out against it in the most aggressive way possible. Of course, we're talking about our good old friend, PirateSoftware. He felt so passionate about this topic that he made 2 videos about it, very shortly after it launched in the summer of 2024. Now look, we're not going to watch the whole video. I just want to show you the first 10 seconds. Okay. Let's do this.
Hi, my name is Jason Thor Hall, also known as PirateSoftware Online. I've been in the gaming industry for about 20 years.
Please don't mention.
I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment.
Ow! Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Oh my fucking god. Holy. Anytime he gets a chance.
Then Amazon Game Studios. And now
Don't fucking laugh. Don't laugh, Mujin. Don't fucking laugh.
For about 20 years, I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment, then Amazon Game Studios, and now I own my own studio, PirateSoftware, by the same name. It's an indie studio.
Don't fucking laugh.
There's just something about this guy, man. I don't know. Anyway, he worked at Blizzard Entertainment for around 7 years, guys, and he vehemently opposed every single thing this initiative stood for, arguing that it would kill live service games and kill gaming in general, completely misunderstanding what this initiative was even about, and using his massive influence, which was still present at the time, to kill it instantly. I want to be clear here. In this video, he tries his best to appear level-headed, professional even, echoing the genius that you first saw in his YouTube shorts at the end of 2023. But on his stream, oh my god, this guy was a mess. These are the—
My daddy actually worked at Blizzard, so he's right and you're wrong for wanting to own games.
very nice things he had to say.
My mommy said this was bad.
shit, now this is actually really dumb. It's used car salesman garbage. This is shit. It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful.
So who's bullying who now? Because who's bullying who now, dog? Hello? Like, oh my god, dude. Some people, man, are just insufferable. I swear. Oh my god, dude. I'm so glad that I just hated. Not hated. No, hate's a strong word. I'm just so glad that I disliked this person the minute I saw them at the Streamer Awards. Yo, dude, I was low-key pissed. I'm not even... I was low-key pissed, John. I will say this, man. When I saw Vito lose to this guy, I said, who the fuck? I I don't care,
That is
bro.
horrible.
I don't care about, like, I don't know who the fuck they are. So I was just like, who the fuck is this?
Goddamn direction. That's awful.
Day one hater. Holy shit, apparently.
Eat my entire ass. The level of
Eat my
stupid
entire
that I
ass.
just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This
No, yeah, according to him, this is the worst thing that's ever been made by humanity. Like, this is like, oh my God, you'd think that this is actually going to end gaming as we know it. But it's not. It's seeking to do the opposite.
The only thing I don't like about Beetle is that he's British. You leave Beetle alone. Beetle deserved it completely. He's doing so much more important things in technology. I saw that he helped Zentrea with her what is it, latency for her text to speech thingy. I was like, dang, that's sick. So she like, her update is crazy. It's so fast now. Yeah, I saw. I was like, dang, that's insane.
shit sucks. That's a really stupid.
I was like, W. And then when I heard that Beetle helped her, I was like, oh shit, it was Beetle and somebody else. And when I heard that they were like helping her, I was like, oh, I was like, wait, that's so fucking sweet. I've seen this man like help so many VTubers out like behind the scenes. You know, I think it's really cool. And he's 100% a sweetheart from what it looks like, you know.
God, you'd think that this is actually going to end gaming as we know it. But it's not. It's seeking to do the opposite.
Shit sucks. That's a really stupid ass move.
Mm.
That's an incredibly stupid ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage.
You know why? You know why it's ass? Because you're bad at video games. And that's why you don't want video games to exist anymore. Because you're dog shit at them. Ooh. Ooh.
It's gonna eat shit then. I dropped the mask entirely.
In his very professionally level-headed video, he says this.
It's incredibly important to me that we keep making games and that the next generation has the tools to do so.
Shut the
so
fuck
the
up.
medium doesn't die out.
But that's exactly what Stop Killing Games wants
Shut the
to
fuck
do.
up, bro.
The whole point of this initiative is for this medium to not die by allowing so many games to become lost media. And yet, this is what PirateSoftware was saying about this whole thing.
I think live service games getting sunsetted is fine. I've always thought that. And that's
Bruh.
okay.
You're an idiot.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, at this point, just no comment. When he would start receiving quite a bit of backlash, of course, now there's more dislikes, but when it first released, I'd say 30% of the like to dislike ratio was dislikes. He made this pinned comment, outlining some points that
my
don't really
God.
help his
Holy essay. Holy shit. Brother. Oh my goodness. This last hour has been Annie in full hater mode. My bad, guys. My bad, dude. My bad. It's just, yo, I feel like a dog right now. You know how like when you invite a friend over and you got a pet and that pet just does not fuck with them for some reason? That's how I feel like. I feel like that, the pet. I wish I could still play games that got taken down because then I could still play. Yeah, dude. Hey, Annie, I think he is an ex-Blizzard employee. I'm going to kill myself, bro. Watch out, chat. Don't catch a stray and get banned. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Did you dogs ever do that? Yeah, it was Nina, actually. I didn't ever invite friends over. It was like more so like I think my siblings and shit. Yeah. Nina did not fuck with them, and like later down the road, they just like were an awful person. I was like, whoa, little did she know. I mean, you are a dog VTuber. That's just what it feels like. It's like, oh man, you know how it's like, like everybody likes this person and you don't for some reason. You know what I mean? And you low-key feel crazy. That's what it. Person that shall not be named. That happened this year in the VTubing community. My prophecy that dropped. That's what it feels like. That is what it feels like, actually. J word. What the fuck is the J word? Oh?
very aggressive reaction that came out of nowhere, and then ended it with a quotation saying he won't even talk to Ross, who is the founder of Stop Killing Games. To which he replied with, "Correct. I think his position is disingenuous due to his comments about how this could be pushed through government. It's a bad direction, removes validity for what the initiative is trying to do, portrays the process in an incorrect manner, and just builds sensationalism. Thinking that kind of language is okay puts him squarely on my not worth it to talk to list, as there are others that could have a more productive conversation." So what he's talking about is this slide here. here. This
job.
one slide in the entirety of this initiative is the only reason why he refuses to talk to Ross. It says, reasons the European Citizens Initiative could pass. Politicians like easy wins. Politicians mostly don't care about video games. The law is already unclear on this practice. The initiative is in line with other consumer policies. It's a diversion from more serious topics. Now, according to Ross, this was a half-truth, half-joke slide. And I think that's how a normal person would view it. I don't think it was tone deaf in any way, but it angered the hell out of PirateSoftware for some reason. I don't know why. Some people theorize that it's because he got close to Ludwig, and together they founded the games publisher Off-Brand Games. When the Stop Killing Games initiative came out, they were in the process of releasing a live service multiplayer game. So there was definitely some sort of a conflict of interest here. Regardless, this European Citizens Initiative had a 1-year deadline. It would be automatically...
Maybe he doesn't give a fuck about it because it doesn't benefit him. Maybe that's why he doesn't give a fuck. Because it doesn't benefit him at the end of the day. Holy shit.
Closed on the 31st of July, 2025. And by the end of June, it barely had 500,000 signatures.
Hot take? I think it's the right take.
Which meant it had no hope of ever reaching 1 million, or so it seemed. This was until...
He spoke against it directly, so he does care. What I mean is, like, it doesn't, like, benefit him. Like, why should he give a fuck? Like, why should he contribute to something like this? You know? Why should he have, like, his name... It's because, like, he doesn't have his name tied to it, is what I'm saying. Maybe that's just what it is. He doesn't have his name tied to it. So it's like, it's just business, Annie. Yeah.
Cursed Farms, the channel owned by Ross Scott.
Like, it doesn't benefit him, so he's just not gonna, like, be like,
games.
support
it's
this.
An hour-long
type
video
shit.
that kind of reminds us what this initiative is about, how we got here, the feedback and criticism he's received, the changes he's made, and of course the majority of the video is him responding to PirateSoftware's very aggressive criticisms.
Damn.
Most of the clips of PirateSoftware crashing out over the Stop Killing Games initiative were actually from this video. Ross addresses every single one and ended up, whether intentional or not, making PirateSoftware look like a clown who had no idea what he was talking about. This video
doesn't, bro.
almost has 1 million views, and many people watched it. Some of those people happen to be way bigger content creators than PirateSoftware. And seeing that this very important initiative was very close to failure, tried their best to bring as many people as possible to sign it. For example, Moist Critical talked about it in his videos at over 3.5 million views. Hell, even Jacksepticeye talked about it on his second channel, and the video's sitting at over 1 million views. People understood that this initiative wasn't just a good thing for video games, it was integral to ensure its survival for the future. Hell, even Minecraft creator Notch had something to say about it, tweeting, "Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there?" Adding, "If buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft." This truly solidified the position of PirateSoftware in the Hall of Fame of lolcows. It was undeniable at this point. His stupidity had made an entire movement succeed, just purely on the basis of him being so unaware of what was going on. He lacked the most basic form of self-awareness. And thanks to that, the Stop Killing Games initiative not only reached 1 million signatures, but is currently at over 1.3 million in overdrive, about to reach 1.4 million any time now. With the UK petition reaching double the signatures required.
Wow.
We even had a vice president of the European Parliament voicing support for this initiative and signing the petition himself while urging other Europeans to do the same. This initiative gained so much traction that a publisher group full of the biggest publishers on the planet, including EA and Ubisoft, for example, responded saying that these proposals would curtail developer choice and that it was unsustainable and unfeasible. In other words, they were very scared that this could actually pass. Being a gamer myself, I wish this initiative the best of luck in Parliament, and I truly hope it passes. When I buy a digital game, I'd like to know that I actually own it and that it won't be taken away from me at any given moment. But while this initiative was gaining a lot of positive attention, PirateSoftware, on the other hand, was gaining all the negative attention. He's currently bleeding over 10,000 subscribers daily on his YouTube channel and has currently lost a massive chunk of his viewership on Twitch. I mean, look at these numbers. He used to peak 15,000 concurrent viewers and is now down to 5,000. 50,000.
Damn.
That's 1/3 of where he used to be 7 months ago. And that's without mentioning all the followers he's been losing. I mean, look at this.
Ooh.
Minus 50,000.
50,000?
Additionally, this renewed scrutiny has prompted many YouTubers, like Coding Jesus and Slop News Network, to analyze the code that he writes on stream, concluding that a child, a literal toddler, can probably do a better job. Seriously, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Because, of course, instead of just apologizing, taking a step back, taking the L for once, admitting you made a mistake, maybe taking some advice that Dr. K gave you, he would triple down or quadruple down, I guess I can't even keep track at this point, and make this post, saying the most interesting narrative is that my video somehow killed the initiative. This graph shows that the initiative already had a downward trend in interest when my videos dropped. My videos do not seem to have had any impact on the movement at all. Making me the villain did though. Best of luck with your next steps. So at this point, I can't help but be impressed how much—
You made yourself the villain, dog. Hello? You actually did. What the fuck?
he's willing to die on hills that don't matter.
Holy.
People aren't even tracking cumulative signatures and daily signatures.
You actually give a fuck about like what people think of you. Ugh.
They just understood that this initiative is worth fighting for, it's very important for the longevity of games as a medium, and that you, with your massive platform, not only criticized it very aggressively, thinking that this was going to be an easy win that made you out to be a genius, but urged all your audience, all your strong community to not sign it when they were telling you to sign it initially. That's how you even found out about the initiative. He would then later tweet this, saying, I am no longer working at off-brand games. People were attacking all of the games we were publishing and trying to mass review bomb them. You can dislike the things I say, but this kind of behavior is unhinged. Learned a lot there, accomplished a lot.
Oh, isn't that crazy? Isn't that insane that people are disliking your shit when you publicly announce for your community why to not sign a petition to keep games alive? I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Hope they succeed regardless. Love those dudes and loved working with them. Hope they keep cooking. Ludwig would reply to this, saying, stop killing games is a good initiative, but a few bad actors review bombed / harassed developers of the games we support at off-brand games.
Sadly, you have your name tied to him, Ludwig. Yikes. Again, I will say this. I wish people hung out with people for the sake of like having fun and maybe a morality and an intuition instead of hanging out with people for the sake of popularity. I don't mean to sound like a bitch. Maybe that's just, you know what I mean? But like, you know, come on, pals. Like, is it actually worth it? Is the 15 minutes? I don't mean to sound like, I don't mean to make Ludwig sound like that, but it's like, come on, dude. I'm sure like at some point y'all have had like, you know, maybe it's just me that has like that feeling, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know, dog. I don't know.
Appreciate Thor stepping down for the betterment of the devs and their games, to which she would get community noted.
Now you're
The note
valid.
Said, Rivals of Either 2 has not been review bombed. Verifying this is as easy as opening the Steam page and looking at the graph of reviews. And if we go to the game, scroll down, and look at the graph that shows review trends, we can very clearly see that there's no review bombing going on. If anything, there's
so they lied.
positive bombing. Look at all these positive reviews.
Damn, so they lied. Holy shit.
In June.
Not only did you guys fucking lie, not only did both of you lie, but yo, creators are starting to look really weird in my eyes, chat. Oh man, yo, I'm tired.
Said, Rivals of Either 2 has
Holy
not been
fuck.
review bombed. Verifying this is as easy as opening the Steam page and looking at the graph of reviews.
Yo, even the fucking thing clocked you. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. Creators are really looking weird, bro. I'm not even joking.
Bombed. Verifying this is as easy as opening the Steam
damn.
page.
All you
and
gotta do is
looking
be
at the graph of
normal,
reviews.
dude.
And if we go to the game, scroll down, and look at the graph that shows review trends,
Damn, that's
we can
crazy.
very clearly see that there's no review bombing going on. If anything, there's positive bombing. Look at all these positive reviews in June. But hey, anything to be the victim.
Yeah, no
right?
kidding.
In fact, the guy
Well,
became
me.
such a victim that I think he started losing his mind. He started comparing his current situation with the Stop Killing Games initiative to Coney 2012. I mean, dude, no, I'm sorry.
What is
I'm
that?
sorry. This is a full-fledged, fully developed and evolved lolcow. There's no way you can say this while being self-aware. It's impossible. And after months of complaining about people brigading and harassing him, he does the same exact thing to coding Jesus. He would leave a comment on his code review video and would then link his comment to his chat so that they can go upvote it in an effort to ratio the video itself. Like,
it gets to a point. My gut is going crazy. I'm over here thinking maybe I ate something bad. But it gets to a point.
how petty is that? Come on, man.
Do you make a link to it? You have to click on the little 6 hours edited. Aha! So that doesn't seem to do it? Oh, do I have to right-click on this and then copy link address? And then do that? Is that what does this? Ah, it does highlighted comment. There we go. Boop. There's my comment on it. Enjoy. And I also have a whole argument with a whole bunch of people and the replies in there so they can see what's going on with it.
Wow, dude, you are insufferable. Holy shit. Oh my god.
I talked to them through the entire thing.
Yo, I don't mean to sound like a, you know, like a crazy lady. Yeah! I don't mean to sound like that, but holy, dude, like at some point you gotta give up, right?
Of why I did that all in an array, because that is not normal practice to do that, and it's specifically
No.
so that you guys...
Chat, I don't even know what to say. Thank you guys for fucking with me for me and not like being a yes man. Holy shit. Cause I know a lot of you guys have like so much more opinions. I know a lot of you guys like we have like different opinions, but I'm so thankful that like we've come to the stand to be like, you know what? We're both right. No. I'm just so thankful that you guys are like not fucking like giving me delusions and shit. Oh my goodness.
Reverse engineer the game and solve
Holy.
Sometimes doing bad practice has meaning, which is...
Whatever, man. He later deleted this VOD because this literally breaks YouTube TOS. This breaks every aspect of terms of service when it comes to brigading and harassment. I mean, at this point, can this get any worse? Yes. He'd be asked about his opinion when it comes to Stop Killing Games finally reaching 1 million signatures, and he said, "I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that your initiative gets everything that you asked for, but nothing you wanted, and I'll leave it there."
No one gives a fuck about you, bitch.
See, if I was...
Get out of here. Out with the old, in with the new.
I was 12 years old, I would have probably thought this was really cool, but now it's just edgy beyond cringe. But listen, as much as this was a ridiculous roller coaster ride on the Lolcow Express,
Oh, dude. Speaking of, bro, I know side note. I know side note. I've always, okay. This is the only time I'll ever admit it, all right? If my clout ever gets me somewhere, guys, I'll only admit this time. If my clout ever gets me somewhere, I hope it gets me to an invite on NoPixel. Brother. Ever. Okay? That's the only time I'm ever admitting this, okay? If my clout ever gets me somewhere, I hope it gets me an invite to NoPixel, okay? I've always wanted to play NoPixel. I've always like wanted to be invited to like NoPixel or an invite to the Clueless podcast. They don't want me on there. They don't want me on there. What's NoPixel? NoPixel is a GTA roleplay server. It's so fucking fun. Oh my goodness. Whenever Saikuno goes live on it, I'll just sit there and watch him the entire time. I just think it looks so fun. I remember I got onto like the NoPixel servers that were like how do you say? I remember I got to the servers that were like public. Oh my fucking god. I didn't know any of the controls or something. So I was just like walking the entire time. I finally got a job. I crashed a car and died. Does anybody have that clip, bro? Because that clip was so iconic. I waited in the fucking queue for 3 hours on stream. 3 hours. Got in, played the game, walked all the way to the Amazon, to the Amazon industry so that I could get a job. Got the job. Got in the car, crashed the fucking car. I was dead. Nobody came to rescue me. Everyone drove by. Oh my god.
Man, would you consider making an apology video?
Oh my god.
Because you know what? This is still salvageable. You can
My name was Manny on this. Yeah, my name was Manny. Manny can't.
still redeem yourself. And here's what he had to say.
Put up a video saying you were wrong with every situation and the internet move on. I am not doing that. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, simply bend the knee and lie about how you feel, and everyone will stop bullying you. That's a great idea, dude. Yeah, no, eat shit.
This guy is so hopeless, man. Now, I will say this because I'm sure this will appear in the comments. Yes, I'm aware that PirateSoftware is a massive furry, and I'm also aware that he was legally married to someone, and during that marriage, he got in contact with one of the Kickstarter backers of Earthbound, the game he's working on, and started a very inappropriate 18+ relationship with them while being married. Yes, he committed adultery. The reason why I didn't mention this in the video is because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. If he had just apologized during the WoW Classic incident, this coming out wouldn't have done anything to him, because guess what? Most of these messages involved 18+ roleplay, but more specifically, furry roleplay. Yes, they would literally say to themselves, pets you, nuzzles you, plays with
So... So he was a VR chat player. Got it.
with your tail, and then get, you know, more 18+ into it. Yes, most people couldn't even read one page of chat logs because of how cringy it is. So I'm so convinced it wouldn't have done anything to his reputation. It's meaningless to talk about. But if you're interested, you can check out this video by Fearful Tears titled PirateSoftware, the most delusional Twitch streamer. Look, PirateSoftware is a lesson not just in content creation, but in quite literally anything. Normal people make mistakes, and geniuses make mistakes too. We're all
I have nothing against furries, but I do got something against this guy.
human. Admitting that you make a mistake isn't you admitting that you have a weakness. No, on the contrary, never admitting that you're wrong is a weakness in itself, because it shows how insecure you are, how fragile of an ego you have, and it'll only make people want to avoid you. I mean, what's the point? PirateSoftware is the stupid person's definition of a genius. And he managed to ride that wave for a little while. But now the party's over, and he only has himself to blame. He'll still be a content creator, he'll still have a sizable audience, but he'll never be able to touch the sky like he did at the end of 2023. And they're never coming back unless he finally humbles his dumbass. Anyway, thank you so much for watching the entire video up until the end. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video fairly soon. Yeah, I love you so much. Mwah.
Bye. I work at Blizzard Entertainment for 7 years. I was the second generation employee. Ugh. Thank you, Mujin. Thank you. Thank you. Ugh, this guy's actually insufferable, chat. Oh my god, dude.